When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there, and I can't stomach it.
Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments.
So, this is part two on why I had to get my BBL surgically removed. So, in part one, I was telling y'all how my sit down ear was stinking real bad, and it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume because when I would use public restrooms, it would stink so bad and the smell would linger. It was like an embarrassment. I didn't want to come out the bathroom with it smelling like that and someone else was waiting at the door.
I used to watch this guy on TikTok, and he always used to say that women that have BBL sometimes they stink real bad. I really didn't believe him until I'm hearing her say this. But I just did a little bit of a Google search, and one of the things I saw there was that if you have like an infection, or if the wound is not healing properly, then that's one of the things that is going to cause the smell, right? So I don't know if this is what's going on with this lady, but it's very possible though, because I don't know. I just cannot bring myself to imagine that a BBL really stinks that bad.
When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL. It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry, you know, weekly, like I've been doing before I got the BBL. When I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that rat eating flesh. I really was like, so this one day, me and my boyfriend, we getting ready, to do.
Yeah, I don't think your BBL should be smelling like rotten flesh though. Let me look it up. I just looked on Google and it says no, BBL typically does not smell like rotten flesh. So it's very possible that this is a situation where the wound is not healing properly. According to Google, it says the smell should be musty, slightly sour, or even medicinal. So it just looks like this is a situation where her BBL was not healing properly.
So this one day, me and my boyfriend, we getting ready, to do something. So first, let me say, my boyfriend at the time did not want me to get the procedure done, but I insisted. Me and my sister went to get the procedure done together. And before I got the procedure done, I joined a group on Facebook. It was like a support group, different women that got it, that's in relationships, just for, to talk about it. So a lot of women in the group was pretty much saying, when you get it, your boyfriend is going to be jealous, so just keep it out on that. So when he was telling me it was smelly down there, I was going to the group saying he's saying it's smelly down there. They was basically telling me to ignore him. He's jealous, but he'll eventually come around.
I don't know though. Because if he loved you for your original body, why would he all of a sudden be jealous, you know? And I'm not saying that men cannot be jealous of you. I'm just saying that it's just odd that that's the first thing that people are assuming, right? That, oh, he's just jealous. Because he loved you when you were you. Like when you had like probably not as big of a butt. So why would he just be jealous out of nowhere?
So me and my sister got the procedure done at the same time. So at first, man's was healing up good. It was healing normal. So was my sister's. And I would ask her, is you healing well? She would tell me, yeah. I was healing well maybe the first 6 to 7 weeks. But after that, it kept on leaking and kept on draining. I was asking my sister how hers was doing. She said she was not leaking or draining. Mines would close up, but then like a day or two later, it would start leaking again. So I used to put gauze and dressings on it to support the leakage while I may have been outside or out and about. So that's why I had it for a year with the leakage, because there would be points that it would close up, or I would think it was closed up fully, but it wasn't.
I don't know a lot about BBL, right? But I just looked it up, and it says it's supposed to take 2 to 3 months for you to fully heal from a BBL. For her to still be leaking 1 year in, I think she should have gone to see a doctor. Even if you feel like what's going on is not that serious, when it comes to your health, you cannot be too careful. If you're supposed to take 3 months to heal, and in 6 months you're not healed yet, I think you should go see a doctor because there has to be something wrong. BBL is a major surgery and there can be complications from that. So you cannot wait a year to be leaking. That thing can be infected. I don't know. She should have gone to the doctor a long time ago.
So one day, me and my boyfriend was about to do something, and he just was like, I cannot take the smell anymore. And he broke up with me and he left. And that was pretty much that. But he was telling me for months. But me listening to the women in a group thinking they knew what they was talking about, it kind of messed everything up for me. It even got to the point I was wearing jeans in the summertime because it was an embarrassment even looking at it. I'm going to upload the picture right here.
And the thing with BBL is that if they don't do it well, you don't look good because the proportion in your body just doesn't match. You probably have really big butt and chicken legs. You see what I'm saying, right? It doesn't match and it just doesn't look good. So why are you risking your life for something like that? Also, there's a lot of people in the comment that were saying that something similar happened to them or to people that they knew and their partner broke up with them just because of the smell. I'm going to read some of the comments. This person says, my brother broke up with his girl after 5 years. He couldn't take it no more. The smell was just that bad that he would give up a 5-year relationship. This person says, when I said BBLs have a smell, people was like, nah. Oh yes, it does. My brother ex-girlfriend smells like an old surgery room and blood. It's been 4 years and she still smells. It's crazy though. Because like you would think that it's gonna be like any other surgery, right? That everything's gonna heal well and like you're gonna just recover. But apparently it's true that BBLs actually do have smells. I'm not saying it's for everybody. I don't have a BBL, so I don't know from personal experience. But from what this lady is saying, BBLs actually do have smells.
Part 3 on how I got my BBL surgically removed because my sit down one was stinking real bad. So I deleted part 1 because there were so many people in the comments talking shit how y'all are doing now. So I deleted part 1 and I made part 2 because there was some people in the comments that wanted to know more. BBL stink, do you hear me? And it's not coming from the vagina or the beehole. It's coming from the incisions that they cut to inject the fluid and the fat in your butt, okay? There's people in the comments saying, oh, you wasn't washing up right. Come on, let's be real. It's coming out of the incision. It fucking stink. I don't care what y'all say. It stink. And if it's not healing properly and your body is rejecting it, the hole will remain open and the drainage will continue to come out and stink up your linen, stink up your underwear, stink up everything, okay?
Exactly. Everybody reacts differently to different things, right? And it might also just be the doctor she picked. Like, you get what you pay for, right? If you don't pay for somebody that actually knows what they are doing, I'm sorry, but you get what you pay for. So, and also, maybe her own body was just reacting negatively to it. It doesn't necessarily mean that she doesn't clean up well.
Now, my BBL been removed for the past 4 years. Only had it in for about a year until it was stinking so bad I couldn't take it no more. I don't know if y'all wanted me to get on here and say BBL smell good, but they fucking stink. Stay away from them.
I feel like if you're even thinking of getting a BBL, it should be a last case resort. You should have tried the gym. You should have tried every other thing possible. And also, be careful of who you go to as a doctor. Because if your doctor doesn't know what he's doing, I'm sorry, but you're risking your life. I'm reading directly from Google. BBL surgery has the higher death rate of all cosmetic procedure. The main concern is that the injected fat can cause a blockage in blood vessel in the lung. That's pulmonary embolism, which can be fatal. So it's a very, very dangerous surgery. So if you're going to do a surgery like this, you have to make sure that you have a very, very good doctor that is very, very experienced. Do not pick your doctor based on price. Pick your doctor based on experience. Pick your doctor based on that this person know what they are doing.
I wasn't expecting my video to blow up like it did, but I have a lot of women angry with me. They are reporting me. They're commenting nasty things. I'm just about to delete everything and go about my business, because when I say this is crazy, it's like they removed the sound from my other video. I wasn't saying anything, but I guess I did not fit their narrative. They're not happy about my experience. That's pretty much what I was saying.
Honestly, I appreciate her sharing this because there are a lot of younger girls that are probably considering doing a BBL, or even just older women that just feel like, oh, maybe I want to get a BBL done. At least it's good for everybody to know the risks before they, do something, not just because it's a trend, then they just go do it, right? So I don't think that people should be attacking her. Her experience is not everybody's experience, right? She's just sharing her experience so that people are aware that there's a potential that you can get this BBL done, and you might be stinking for like God knows how long. So I honestly don't see why people are attacking her.
They denied that. They said they're not putting my sound back up. So I'ma just, the crazy part is so many women pissed off at me. I don't even know who to start to block so they could start reporting me. They're just coming at a rapid pace. So I'm done, y'all. I'm just like, I didn't know people was going to get mad like this. I just thought I was sharing experience, but I'm done. This BBL trap don't play.
The reality is that it's the internet, right? People get mad for the weirdest reasons. So just don't take it personal.
Get ready with me while I tell you about my horrific BBL story. So I've had 2 BBLs. For my first BBL, I did not have much money. I hadn't been doing OF for very long, and I had been hearing about these girls going to Turkey and getting them done for like half the price. So that's what I did. I found a clinic. They were easy to talk to and had good reviews. Like, the reviews were all excellent, which looking back is probably a red flag. And they were like one of those package deal places. Surgery, accommodation for 2 weeks was like all included in the price. So I arrived to the place and like their driver picks me up. We go to the hospital to meet the surgeon and the surgeon's not there. Searching for this guy for like an hour, and then so we end up going to the clinic and see if he's there. He's not there. It's a whole mess. And keep in mind that there's like a language barrier. The guy can barely speak English. So I really don't know what's going on. After like 4 hours, we find this guy. We start talking about what I want, like what my goals are. And he immediately shuts me down and says like, I don't have enough fat for the surgery. I gained like 10 kilos for their surgery. I know that I had enough fat. It was almost like he was setting me up for low expectations early on so I didn't get disappointed. Anyway, surgery day comes along, like in the operating room. I kid you not, it was like everyone's worst nightmare. I was on the operating table getting surgery and I could literally feel everything. Basically, when you get lipo done for a BBL, they have this rod and they like stick it in you and it sucks out all the fat. I could literally feel that sucking the fat out of me.
That sounds so traumatizing. Oh my goodness.
Like this burning, the most excruciating pain I've felt ever. And I was paralyzed. I could not move. All I could feel is the like tears streaming down my face. Obviously didn't give me enough sedation because I felt everything and then I remembered everything after. I could literally hear them like gossiping while they were doing surgery on me. Where I must have passed out like from the pain or something, because the next thing I remember is waking up and knowing that something was not right. Woke up freezing cold, like my body was literally vibrating. I know theater rooms are cold, but I have had a few surgeries and I've never woken up like that. My body was not coping. I was projectile vomiting everywhere. I woke up lying on my butt, which, like, when you get a BBL, you're not meant to put any pressure on it for 6 weeks. Otherwise the fat cells will die. I was trying to tell the nurses, but they were like, no, it's fine. Like, this is how we do it.
I know that I've said this before, but this is exactly why I said pick your doctor by their experience, not by the price. She went to this doctor because he was doing the surgery at half price. They weren't even paying full attention to her to notice that she could feel everything. Also, my question is that, were they taking your heart rate? Were they taking any other data that would tell them whether you were fully sedated or not? Because I feel like if you are not sedated, somebody that knows their job should be able to determine that based on all of those readings, right? Do not put your life in the hands of somebody that doesn't have the skill or the experience to do a surgery like this. You might be saving a little bit, but the reality is that you can also die.
I was just stressing out thinking I've just paid all this money and now I'm getting ruined by sitting on my butt. So I always completely forget about this part because of just the trauma of the whole thing. But as I was getting discharged, a male nurse literally groped me while he's trying to dress me. This is like the next day after surgery, so I am like out of it. Luckily, like a female nurse walks in and he stops. He had to escort me to my car and he literally did it again in the elevator. I completely blocked this out of my memory until like 3 months after the surgery. Get to the hotel and the next day you have to do like these lymphatic massages. Go to take my garments off, like you have to wear these compression garments. I go to take them off and like my body literally looks the same. Like I still have my hip dips, I still had the fat. They just keep telling me like, oh, it's a swelling and you won't see the result until like blah, blah, blah. And I was kind of thinking to myself like, maybe they're right, you know, like I am not the expert. So I fly home literally first class because I don't want to lie on my butt. Even after the surgeon told me I could, I still didn't because I didn't want to affect my results. I was eating right. I was doing everything perfect. Within 2 months, like the fat that was transferred had gone. I later find out from my next surgeon, like if the fat isn't purified properly when it's taken out, it will die. So I see my next surgeon about a year later for a second BBL. And he told me that they had just taken chunks out of my back. Like it was so uneven. He could not believe that I woke up lying on my butt. I meant to wake up face down after the surgery. A lot of clinics from Turkey actually steal his photos. But I love my results now. Shout out to Kim. So please don't ever go to Turkey and get a BBL. I don't care how good the clinic looks, it's just not worth it. I'm actually thinking about making my hair darker tomorrow. What do you think?
Exactly. You have to be very careful. For me, I feel like getting a BBL is just too big of a risk. I feel like it's one of those unnecessary procedures that could literally kill you because the doctor is doing it blindly. He's going in blind. So if you're going to do this kind of surgery, make sure that you are picking the best doctors so that you don't end up in her situation, or worse, even dead.
BBL gone wrong. She went to DR, and of course, listen, your friends, they don't listen to you. They don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. I'm a friend, I respect you, do what you do, but just be careful. Go to a good doctor. She failed to do that. She went to a doctor that she seen a girl post about this doctor on, of course, IG. One thing about IG that you have to know is these girls get paid to promote these doctors. Whatever amount you pay towards that doctor is being cash app to the same girl that's like, oh yeah, say my name, say I sent you. Yeah, they're getting a cut. She goes to DR, right? She gets the surgery done. She had lipo and she had a tummy tuck, and then she has a physical, right? But since then she was complaining. She was complaining of just body aches, headaches, you know, just feeling really heavy all the time. So she went to the doctor, and the doctor tells her, hey, we just got your blood results. Why is your kidney count low? So then the doctor says, have you had any surgeries? Have you had any surgeries in the last year? Yes, I've had tummy tuck, I've had BBL, all of these things. So she has a CAT scan on. And during the CAT scan, it shows up. She only has one kidney. So down in DR, this botch organ selling doctor took one of her kidneys. She thought she was getting the steal of her life. She was like, $3,500 for all that? Yes, sign me up. Little did she know that the doctor was actually selling her kidney. I don't know how much kidneys go on the black market, but I know it's way more than $3,500.
That's crazy. The doctor stole her kidney. That's one of the reasons why you have to be careful on who you pick for your doctor. Don't just trust what an IG model says. Look at what are the certifications of that doctor. And if somebody is charging you $3,500 for a BBL and for a tummy tuck, is that price not sketchy to you? In my opinion, that's very sketchy prices though, because you get what you pay for. You know, I will just assume that the work is not going to be good. Not that my organs is going to be stolen. But that's why you have to be careful. Now she's one kidney short and she has to live the rest of her life with one kidney.
Now she's trying to contact this doctor. Now she's trying to find out, okay, where is this doctor? This doctor disappeared, guys. Disappeared. The girl that was on freaking IG, come to find out, that girl was not even real. That girl was not even a real person. That girl was a botch account, fake ass account, and that account was actually taken down. It was shown that this girl that was like, oh yeah, my body this, and look at this doctor did this type of a job on me. All those pictures were taken off of Google. Those were Google stole pictures. So that wasn't even a real person, okay?
They knew how to cover their track, you know? So I'm pretty sure if you look into it, she's not the first victim. You have to be careful. Some people don't care. As long as they can make money off you, they don't care what they have to do.
So now my friend is pretty much like, oh my God, I can't find a doctor. I don't know exactly what the hell I'm gonna do. And now she has one kidney. Now she has one kidney and she's going through a whole bunch of freaking crap. Now she has to take medication. Now she has to do all these things. And now she really has to protect her one kidney because that's all she has. The moral of this true story is please just don't get a BBL.
If you can avoid getting a BBL, I honestly think you should avoid getting it. But if you have to get a BBL, please go to somebody that is board certified, somebody that you can verify all of their credentials. I heard a story where silicone was injected into this girl's butt and eventually she died. But even though the lady that did the operation eventually got sentenced to jail, the woman is still dead. I feel like if you want to do a BBL, make sure you know that the person that is going to do it know what they are doing. And it's not a shady person. Let it be somebody that you can verify all the information that they give you.